Hey everybody, sometimes I like to walk around Rogers City and Alpena and just look at everybody's flowers because wow, sometimes people do amazing work of taking care of these plants. And I'm here in Culligan Plaza in Alpena and they are doing everything right. These planters look fantastic. And these are planters that we had planted up for them back, I think it was in March. So it's really nice to see these plants full size, full grown and looking amazing. So let me give you a closer look. I'm going to tell you what varieties they are too, because that can be a lot of fun. If you're looking for kind of planter ideas for next year, jot these down because there's some really nice combinations and some beautiful plants in here. So let me give you a closer look. So we'll start right over here. We've got one of the Mojo orange geraniums along with some black-eyed Susan vine, the yellow, and then that nice one up at the top is the Vermillionaire. So that's the Cuphea, it's the hummingbird plant, and you can see how large, that's just one plant in there, and look at how nice it kind of cascades out. It's a really nice mixer with some of these other plants as well. Over here we have some of the Impatiens. Those can take full sun, and then a sweet potato vine, and look at how nice that's trailing down, looking really beautiful, along with some Prince Tut grass. So you can see how that's starting to fill out up at the top. This one over here is a really nice combination. It's the Cha Calibrachoa. So that one there is one of the very largest Calibrachoas out there, mixed in with some black-eyed Susan vine, the orange, and then we also have a purple fountain grass in there. Now the purple fountain grass is just getting started, so you're going to notice some of the plumes up there at the top. Those are going to get taller and taller. That's actually going to be a really prominent fixture in this one here. I'm going to slip over here. That bright kind of fuchsia one that you see is the Supertunia Vista Jazzberry. That color is really beautiful, and you can see this is a nice kind of compact Supertunia. Doesn't get as huge and unruly as sometimes we see with the Bubblegum Vista, mixed in with some Wandering Jew. It did have, I think, one of the unplugged pink salvias in it. Looks like that didn't make it. Sometimes those are sensitive to too much water, so maybe they've been doing such a good job of watering, maybe it just was too much for this one. Over here, this planter is looking great. That's some red Calliope geraniums. You can see the huge flowers on that and just a whole big, almost like a canopy of flowers, mixed in with some Scaevola. You can see that that's starting to take off right now this time of year, and then that's also with some Prince Tut grass. This other one here, this has the Supertunia honey Petunia, and you can see that one has a little bit of a color shift. So depending on when it comes into flower, it can have different colors of blooms. That's mixed in with a Hummingbird Falls Salvia. So you can see how nice that has that blue flower and then the black calyx. That's another one that can be a little sensitive to too much water, so you always have to watch that you don't overwater that one. And then it's topped up with the Playin the Blues, or Rockin Playin the Blues Salvia from Proven Winners, and that's a nice big giant salvia. Now we can slip over here past the fountain. There are three more that you absolutely have to see because they're just gorgeous. We have some more Calliope geraniums in there with a purple fountain grass, and then this is the Cha Diva Hot Pink Calibrachoa mixed in there. So those Chachas are just amazing. Here's a Supertunia Vista Bubblegum Petunia, and you can see how dominant that is in that pot. There is also some Scaevola in there, but it's having a hard time keeping up with that Supertunia. And then there's some pink Truffula Gromphrena in the middle. So that's a really beautiful combination, but that really it's all about the Bubblegum Vista in there. That is just a huge plant and it's really happy where it's at. And then this one here we call Foolproof Folly because it has two plants that are really hard to kill. This is one of the wax begonias. I believe it might be a Whopper, the Whopper Red, and then it's combined with Trailing Mezzo. And Trailing Mezzo does get that little red flower, so it's just little red dots in there. Just a beautiful combination. So, hey, hats off to the city of Alpena for this great work of keeping these plants looking fantastic. So I just hopped across the street over to the center building. Their planters are looking great, and there's a couple other planters here on this block that I just have to show you. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of those as well. So this planter has some coleus in the center, along with the Cuphea, that's the Vermillionaire, that's the hummingbird plant, and it's also called the cigar flower because of the shape of the flower. Some creeping Jenny, along with the Lafrique coleus, that's got that great bedhead look to it, and then it's capped off with some more of the Cha Tangerine Calibrachoa, and those are copied over here in this bike rack, so you can see how great everything's playing together. On the street side, we repeat those same plants, and then over here we've got planters with some sweet potato vine, that beautiful creeping Jenny, the dark green variety, and then some coleus. And in this area they don't have flowering plants because with the outdoor seating for the restaurant there, they don't want to have bees there because a lot of people have allergies and it could be dangerous. But look at that sweet potato vine is huge, and look at that alligator alley coleus. Beautiful things inside and out. This planter here has some of that beautiful heavenly blue petunia, and then there's some snapdragon, and then the best blue isotoma. That's just doing really great. It's really great for those combinations. Over here we have the Picasso in purple petunia. That one is always loaded with lots and lots of flowers, and it has that interesting little green rim on it, so always an interesting one. Over here in the bike rack there are more of the Cha Calibrachoa, so that's the frosty lemon, and that's, I think, is it midnight blue or something like that, and then that's some celosia in the middle, so they got that nice little flame going for it. And then they've got a couple more over here I can show you. So this is a repeat of the other one, but look at how well that petunia is doing. They're training it up and it's doing a great job there. Then over here we got some, I believe those are either waves or color rush petunias. Those are looking great, but look at this bike rack. Another example of those beautiful Calliope geraniums, along with some of the red, white, and blue Calibrachoas. Those are the cabarets. And then in the middle is a cathedral salvia. So always a nice combination there if you want red, white, and blue. So I tip my hat to all the folks in Alpena doing a great job of keeping those planters looking absolutely pristine. They are really looking fantastic. Downtown is looking beautiful. Thank you to everybody. And if you have some planters that you've been taking good care of and you're particularly proud of, do send them to us either via email or through Facebook. We love to kind of feature different people's gardens and the work that you've been putting forth and the fruits of your labor. It's always beautiful to see what people are doing, and great job, everybody.